So the next thing you need to do is we often limit ourselves by thinking that we can't get what we want. So we have to start really starting to believe and expect that the goal that we want is there for us. Because as soon as you have it in your idea, it's already there. It's waiting for you to put out your hands and receive it. And you might say, well, how do I do that? Well, you have to allow yourself the ability to receive that goal. You have to allow yourself that, yes, indeed, you do deserve to have that. See, a lot of times we don't believe we deserve things. And I know I have to catch myself with that many, many times. I think, okay, this is what I want. And then when I get closer, it's like, well, I don't really deserve it. I need to do something else with my money. So we have to allow ourselves to receive the good we want. And sometimes that becomes very difficult when you're always, if you're like me and looking out for the greater good for everybody, sometimes it's like, well, I don't need that. I'll let somebody else have it. Or I'll use my money for something else instead, that I shouldn't be taking that for me. Yes, you do need to take it for you. So we have to believe that we can have it, and we must decide that we're going to get it and to receive it. So we have to connect with source energy. Some people talk about prayer, and prayer is how we connect with that source. And it's not just like meaningful, sitting down, actually saying a prayer. It's not just that. It's just the constant thought of what it is that you want, that constant message in your mind, doesn't have to be out loud, of what it is that you want. But then we also, at some point, have to just trust that it's there and let go and let God and let the source energy bring that to us. And so we can't be uptight. We can't be stressed out about it. We have to be relaxed and say, this is what I want, and I know it's going to happen, and just let it go. Let go, let God. That was actually a chapter in one of Bob Proctor's books. Let go and let God. And understand that we are like this radio. We send signals out and we receive signals. When we send signals out, that's in prayer. When we receive them, some people say that's your intuition. You have to become very aware. And that's one of the 6 intellectual faculties that we have. And maybe at some point I'll talk about in depth how to utilize those 6 intellectual faculties. But intuition is one of them. Are you allowing yourself to listen for when you're getting a response? Sometimes people say, I pray to God and I never get any answers. Do you take the time to really listen? Because sometimes those answers come like that, very quickly. And it'll just be a flash of a moment. And if we're not in tune to it, we miss them. Or we dismiss it because it can't be the answer. What you want to do is when something flashes at you, there's a reason for it. Write it down. Not everyone's a good idea. Maybe you didn't get the right message, but write it down so that you can start to look at it and analyze and think about it. Because sometimes we get these messages and we don't understand it. But if we think about it a little, we start to figure it out and we start to gather those ideas. So we need to be very conscious of listening to our intuition. Sometimes the intuition will help us. It'll keep us from something dangerous or something we should not do because we're just paying attention. So when you pray, it's like talking to God, talking to source energy. When our answer comes, it's through intuition. Are you sending out the message? Are you allowing yourself to pick up the message? A dreamer, on the other hand, is just, oh, this is what I like, this is why, but they put no action behind it. Remember, we have to get focused so that we form the action. And once we have that clear, definite idea of what we want, and we focus our energy on it, we focus our thought on it, we will start to put our body into action. It just happens. The subconscious mind will start to make the body move into action. And that's the way it happens. It's always the subconscious mind that controls the action that you do. You see, those habitual thought patterns we have in our subconscious mind is what controls our action. And as long as we do something that is not in harmony with our subconscious mind, we will not go into action. So if in our subconscious mind, we have this embedded belief that this cannot happen and we cannot do something, that will control us, no matter what we consciously think. Because even though consciously we know we can do it, if our subconscious is saying, no, you can't do it, that's where the strength is. And the subconscious controls the action. So you have to learn how to shift the thinking in your subconscious mind if you're going to acquire the good that you desire. In order to become that person that you need to be, it's going to require changing your subconscious. In our subconscious mind, one of our largest paradigms is the paradigm of our confidence, or who we are, who we believe we are. And that needs to change if we're going to accomplish that goal. As long as we are unwilling to change our fundamental ideas of who we are, we will remain where we are, because all the confidence you have in the world has gotten you to where you are now. But you have to shift to a new set of consciousness and a new set of confidence in order to become that new person. I had a client one time, and he thought he was a very confident person, and he was a confident person. What he was doing at that moment, he was not confident in. So what he had done previously, he had lots of confidence in. But what he was doing now, he was not confident. So you can be a very confident person, but not confident in what you need to do to reach your next goal. I hope that makes sense. So, it's not that you totally lack confidence. You maybe lack confidence in what it is that you need to do in order to accomplish that goal. So once we figure out who we need to be in order to accomplish that goal, then we can start to shift our subconscious mind so that we